record button. There it is. I'm a counselor at Weddington High School, and I'm thrilled to be here with you this evening and to really just sort of MC the conversation we will be having. I want to get started by doing introductions with our counseling department as well as our administrative team. They are both on this call this evening. So what I'd love to do is ask Ms. Wiles to unmute herself and to go ahead and introduce herself. We will start with our counselors first.
Hi, everyone. My name is Rebecca Wiles, and I am one of the counselors at Weddington, and I actually work with the 9th and 10th graders. So I'm so glad that all of y'all were able to join us this evening.
Ms. Washington.
Hi, everyone. My name is Miss Washington, and I work with all juniors and seniors, 11th through 12th, H through Q. Welcome.
And Ms. Rajan.
Hey everybody, my name is Malika Rajan. I'm one of the other 11th and 12th grade counselors, A through G.
We are thrilled that our counseling department was able to be here with us this evening. Thank you so much for introductions. Now I would love to turn it over to our administrative staff to introduce themselves. Dr. Craftston, we will start with you.
Yeah, hey, Jeff Craftston, and I just want to thank all of you for joining us here this evening. I want to thank our counselors and our department chairs are on here. So for everyone who put this together, and for you guys taking the time to join us. So I don't know if I know there's lots of things going on, so I don't know if any of the other assistant principals are on here yet. If they are, love for you guys to jump in and introduce yourselves as well. We have Mr. Brookshire, Miss Menken, and Mr. Grexa. So I don't know if any of them are on there. They could pop in and say hello. If not, they'll be joining us. So
Mr. Brookshire is here. There's Mr. Grexa.
Hey guys, I'm John Grexa. I'm one of the assistant principals at Weddington High School.
Mr. Brookshire.
Hello, I'm Jeff Brookshire. I'm one of the assistant principals also. It's very nice to meet everyone.
And I believe Mrs. Menken will be joining us in just a few. So we will make sure that she has the opportunity to pop on and say hello to everyone. So we are perfectly on schedule for this evening. We are going to get started with our math department. Ms. Andrea Cook is here to share out a little bit around our math department offerings and the trajectory in math. Ms. Cook, I turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to attempt to share my screen here. Oh, Miss Dr. Jordan, can you give me rights to share my screen? I would like to show you the pathways that we recommend as a math department for students to follow. Usually it's pretty straightforward until they get to Math 3. So they take Math 1, then Math 2, and then Math 3, and then we have lots of choices.
You can share now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So it's kind of a busy pathway, but like I said, Math 1, Math 2, Math 3 is pretty straightforward. And then after Math 3, there's multiple choices. So we would suggest that you talk with your child about their interests and ability in the subject before deciding what they want to take beyond Math 3. Additionally, teachers will make recommendation as to what class they feel your student will be most successful in next year. Many parents also ask about doubling up, which means taking 2 math classes in 1 year. Due to staffing allotments, doubling up is usually limited to Honors Math 3 and Honors Pre-Calculus, that combination the same year. The reason why we don't want students doubling up is sometimes it rushes them through math classes, and usually we like to have students save a math class for their senior year. So if they double up, it means that they're going to get to a harder, more difficult math class, which may not be beneficial to students who dislike math or are not planning to use math in their future career. So we do, as teachers, know that sometimes it might be a year since your child or your student had seen math. So we do do we do review and build on that, knowing that some students might have a little bit of a gap. The honors courses and AP courses do have a significantly higher workload, than our CP courses. And we do offer 3 AP courses. AP Calculus AB is a year-long course, and AP Calculus BC and Statistics are offered as a 1-semester course. If you have any questions about what best for your particular case, please reach out to your student's math teacher from this semester or last semester, and they're happy to guide you in, to the correct choice for your student. I do want to kind of show, we also put together maybe a more simple thing, like if your child is interested in a STEM related career and plans on attending a 4-year university, this might be their path for their 4 years of high school math. If they're a STEM career, specifically computer science, and attending a 4-year university, then they might want to go Math 2, Math 3, Pre-Cal, Calculus, AP Stats, or Calc BC, and also take honors discrete math anytime after Math 3. Non-STEM career attending a 4-year university, we recommend Math 2, Math 3, Math 4, and then AP Stats. And they can also take discrete math anytime after Math 3. And computer science, but attending a 2-year school or workforce, we recommend after Math 3 that they take honors or CP discrete math. And then if they just plan on taking math just because they have to, they don't really enjoy it, then we recommend the CP discrete. The other thing we found that if a student gets to pre-calculus and changes their mind and does not want to take AP calculus, they'd rather go to AP statistics, we do encourage students to take the honors Math 4, because that's going to help them better prepare for that AP stats class. But again, please reach out to any of us in the math department. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Cook. I have just one quick question for you, Mrs. Cook, if you don't mind. We have a couple of minutes before English gets started. I'm wondering if you might be able to help us better understand the difference between the honors and the CP courses around rigor.
Okay, which the honors classes do cover, go more in depth. They are a lot more rigorous, and because they're geared towards getting them to AP calculus, a lot of stuff they do with and without a calculator, where CP courses, they mainly go all calculator active. And that's because the AP calculus exam does have a non-calculator and a calculator active portion to the test, where the AP statistics is all calculator based. So, doing things by hand and training them to write things mathematically, that's more of the approach for the honors level. So the rigor is, a little bit more tougher because they're preparing for that AP calculus class.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, everyone, we will now transition from math to English. We have Mr. Cole joining us this evening to share out a little bit around English 1 through 4 and some of the English electives. Mr. Cole?
All right, everybody. Nice to meet you all. My name is Mr. Cole. I'm not the department chair in English. I'm subbing in for Miss Abigail Powell, who wasn't able to make it tonight. So, but I'm going to talk you guys through the recommended course pathway for English. I'm going to try to share my screen. Do this correctly.
Perfect.
Dr. Jordan, can you see my screen?
We can. It's starting to load.
Oh,
Thank
good.
you. It's telling us that this time we can't open the Google Slides file. That's what we're seeing. And now it's loading.
I'm going to give it one more shot. If it doesn't, there we go. If it doesn't load, I can just talk through
Perfect. Thank you.
through the Google slide.
So it may have just kicked him out. There he is.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody. I think I'm just going to try to talk through this. I'm not sure if it's going to connect.
Thank you.
So the English recommended course pathway is fairly straightforward, at least until you get to AP courses and have to make the decision on whether your student is going to want to follow the AP track or continue along the college prep or honors pathway. So we have 4 English courses, English 1, English 2, English 3, English 4. Those are all available as college prep classes or honors credits. College prep and honors are both going to cover the same types of content. For example, English 2 is going to mostly be focused around world literature. English 3 is going to mostly focus on American literature. So just as Ms. Cook was saying, what the difference between college prep and honors level is going to be, number one, in terms of homework. Speaking from personal experience, I know that the homework in college prep classes tends to be fairly limited, and they'll get usually a little bit more time in class to begin the homework. Whereas honors, it's a higher level course, so the expectations are a little bit higher. Another major difference in honors and CP level English courses is in the summer reading component. So in honors, each summer, incoming students will be expected to have read a novel, and that varies every year just depending on whoever's teaching the course, what they want to use as the summer reading text that year. But it's typically a novel, and when students in honors courses come into the class the first week, there's some form of assessment. It might be an essay, it might be a test, it might be a project, and that's usually up to the teacher. We try to sort of discuss that as a department before the year begins to so that we're all sort of consistent in terms of what type of expectations are with the summer reading. But that is one major difference between the honors level track and college prep level. If you are a student who has completed English 1 in 8th grade, there is an additional course which is offered by many schools in the county. It's called Honors Advanced Critical Inquiry. So it's a semester-long course. It is designed to improve students' critical reading, writing, and research skills. And we are sort of trying to treat this more and more as a pre-AP course. So a lot of the basic skills that students will use in AP English language and composition, which I'll talk about in a minute, they're going to be getting a good baseline of those skills in advanced inquiry. So it's a little more writing intensive than a typical English course. And that would be recommended to be taken in 9th grade for students who have already placed out of English 1 in 8th grade. What that would do if you take advanced inquiry in as a freshman in 9th grade, then you're taking honors English 2 as a sophomore, and honors English 2 is an EOC course. And we have some data from the county that shows that sophomores tend to do a little bit better on the EOC than freshmen. So it kind of makes sense that students who are on the honors or AP track take advanced inquiry and then honors English 2 as 10th graders. From there, the next choice is whether to take AP English Language and Composition or honors English 3. So AP English Language and Composition is the course that I teach. It's a year-long course. It provides an opportunity to earn college credit. It's a different type of English course in that it's mostly nonfiction based. It's very writing intensive. Students, if they pass the AP English language exam, can potentially get a college credit. So it is a rigorous course, but it's a very useful course, I think. if after that, after AP English Language and Composition or Honors English 3, students can take Honors English 4, or they can take AP English Literature and Composition, which is the AP version of a sort of it's a literature version of what I was just describing as English Language and Composition. So it's another year-long course that can also provide an opportunity to earn college credit. If you take AP English Language and Composition, oftentimes students aren't sure if they have to take AP English Literature and Composition or not. Depending on the student, I would say if a student has been successful in AP English Language and Composition, I typically recommend that they would continue on with AP coursework, but they don't always choose to do that. If a student has not placed out of English 1 at the middle school, they would begin as a 9th grader taking English 1, either honors or college prep, and then most likely just take one English course per year through their senior year. Let's see. One thing I forgot to mention with the AP courses is that if you take AP English Language instead of English 3, you'll get an English 3 credit. And if you take AP English Literature and Composition instead of English 4, you'll earn a English 4 credit. So the first semester they get sort of the equivalent of a regular English credit, and then the second semester they get an AP credit. As far as electives, we have 3 electives that are offered by the English department. One is Honors Creative Writing, one is Honors Speech and Debate, and then the other is Yearbook. And so for Yearbook, there's obviously limited spots available. So a teacher recommendation is required to be enrolled in the Yearbook course. And that's all I have as far as English courses. Did I leave anything out, Dr. Jordan?
It was excellent. Thank you, Mr. Cole. We appreciate it. We are now going to transition. Right. Thank you so much. We're going to transition to social studies. Mr. Schnee is on the call to share out with us a little bit around social studies and the offerings in his department. Hi, Mr. Schnee.
Hello, everybody. I am Mr. Schnee, Social Studies Department Chair. I'm going to try to share my screen. Didn't look like Mr. Cole had any luck, so we'll give it a shot.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If I start presenting, is it going to screw everything up?
Nope, go right ahead.
Oh, awesome. Okay. All right, social studies. So there is no prerequisite for any history class necessarily, but there is a standard kind of, this is the way you should follow. So it makes sense. And you're in the same classes with the same grade of peers. So the recommended first one is world history. And the social studies curriculum statewide is transitioning to a it's shifting a little bit. So nothing is really set in stone yet as to the curriculum, but it's basically from, as of right now, it's from the dawn of time to present day. So covering all that in a semester is pretty tough. But they're going to switch that to more of a Western civilization history class in the near future. Next year, perhaps, is when that'll happen. The next one, typically taken by sophomores, is civics. Currently, it's called civics and economics, but that's one of the changes that's happening. Is that's going to be its own, the founding principles, United States, North Carolina civic literacy. Then that's followed by American history, and then the economics and personal finance course will start being implemented next year statewide, and then that's recommended kind of later in high school, whether it's junior or senior year of high school, to take that one so that the other ones can be taken as well. And between, I guess I'll echo what everybody else has been saying about CP and honors. When it comes to social studies courses, the level of homework, the level of rigor is really where you're going to see that variation from a CP to an honors level class. Honors levels may have more reading and writing, or at least more comprehensive writing and understanding, deeper levels of engagement in that regard, while CP might be more of the kind of the stepping stones to get to that point eventually, is the hope and the goal with that. So, and then after that, you have advanced placement or AP courses that are offered. There are 6 within the social studies department as of this year. that we offer. The two main ones that can count toward the graduation requirement for either world history or American history are AP World History. You can see the little description of that, basically starting from the 1200s to the present day. So trying to cram all that into a semester it's doable, but it's tough. It's a lot of information, a lot of important people and events, and just, you know, trying to make connections between all of that stuff across world history. Then following that with AP US History, again, that counts as a graduation requirement for American history, covering everything from basically exploration in the 1490s to present day, and making connections over those time periods throughout the American history. And then these are all the elective courses that don't count necessarily toward a graduation requirement, but they fulfill elective requirements. AP European History is from 1450 to present day, several themes and skills that are developed to be good historians, as they may want to be, as they strive to be that way, your sons and daughters. AP Government and Politics, kind of like a political science class. Essentially, it's not a debate class. It's not talking just about civics and necessarily, but it's looking at the current political scene, which is pretty tumultuous right now, and it just varies. And looking at that over time and making connections like that. AP Psychology is largely a science, but applying that to the human and why people do what they do. And just the study of behavior and mental processes and everything that goes in with that. And then finally, AP Human Geography. Basically, think of anthropology is a typical title to this type of a course. And to put it simply, it's the who, what, where, when, why, and how of Earth. So all of that encompassing that. And all of these are semester-long courses, as well as the AP World History. I forgot to mention that. So those are all semester-long. The AP US History, as of now, is a year-long course. And it's recommended that those are taken in the spring, since the exam is in May. And you don't forget everything over a semester of time. And that's all I have.
Thank you so much, Mr. Schnee. We are now
My
going
pleasure.
to transition to our science department. Ms. McCloskey is on the call to share with us this evening around science offerings.
Hi, good evening. I need Dr. Jordan for you to give me sharing permission.
As
And
soon as Mr. Schnee turns off his.
Yes. I don't even have an icon to unmute my video, right? Okay, there we go.
There you go. Now you can share it.
My apologies.
Okay.
That's okay.
Mr. Schnee. Good evening, Weddington parents. I'm Catherine McCloskey. I'm the science department chair, and I am going to talk to you a little bit about our science offerings. Hopefully, I haven't done this on Zoom before. I do this every day in Teams.
See how successful?
Are we there?
You did it.
Wow. Okay, let me see if I can actually present. Okay, there we go. So as far as graduation requirements in the science department, 3 credits are required for graduation, and the courses are biology. Every student at Weddington High School, actually in the state of North Carolina, has to take biology, and it does have a state end of course test. It's important to remember that one, which means it cannot be exempted. Students have to take 1 course in physical science, and they can choose from either chemistry, honors chemistry, physics, honors physics, or physical science, which, chemistry, honors chemistry, and physics are going to be those with a greater interest in science. Physical science is the one that will fulfill that graduation requirement, even if that's not necessarily a particular interest. It is important to note that some of these higher level, when you get up into physics and chemistry, have a math prerequisite. So you can check the program of studies for that. 1 course is required in environmental science, and for most students that is fulfilled by Earth Environmental Science, usually taken in the 9th grade, or honors Earth Environmental Science. And for the extremely accelerated student, they can fulfill that with AP Environmental Science. We do strongly recommend that if students are going to attempt to double up on a science early on, that maybe in the 9th grade year to take biology and earth environmental science, or if they want to in 10th grade take biology and chemistry, saving those AP classes for their junior and senior year. We do offer, because it looks really good on a college transcript to take a 4th credit in science, we do offer a number of science electives. Students at Weddington High School can choose from one of 4 different electives that we currently offer. The first one being forensics, studying criminology and crime scene analysis, anatomy and physiology, all about the human body, marine science, which is sort of a hybrid combination between oceanography and marine biology, and astronomy and cosmology. So any of those can be taken, but it's important to note that biology and their physical science course requirement are prerequisites for those science electives. Moving on to our AP Science offerings. We offer 4 different AP courses that are all available, all eligible to earn college credit upon successful completion of the AP exam. AP Environmental Science is, sorry, Mr. Schnee, is the what, when, and why of Earth. I'm just kidding. Actually, it goes really nicely with AP Human Geo. So if students take those 2 courses together, they actually fold in together really, really nicely because they cover a lot of things complementary to one another. AP Biology, this would be a continuation into college level study of what they learned an overview of in honors biology. AP Chemistry, same, it's taking chemistry to that next level. And of course, AP Physics. AP Environmental Science and AP Physics are offered in the spring semester. And they all, of course, have some science and some math prerequisites. I did want to make sure that parents and students are aware that when they're signing up for either AP Biology or AP Chemistry, that those are year-long classes. And so when they are signing up to take one of those 2 classes, they should sign up for both the AP Bio class and a companion course that goes along with it called Advanced Topics in Biology. And it's those 2 things combined which give them that year-long experience in AP Biology. Other than that, parents, I just strongly recommend that you, take the recommendation of your child's science teacher. We evaluate the kids based on what we think is the next best step for them, or have your students ask their science teacher directly. Other than that, have a great evening, teachers and parents. I don't know how to stop sharing. Oh, there it is up there on top.
Thank you so much, Mrs. McCloskey. Thank you.
No problem. Have a great evening, everybody.
Thanks. We're going to transition now to foreign language. Ms. Brooks Souther will share out around the different language offerings made available to Weddington High School students.
Yes, hello everybody. Let me get my headphones. Okay, I'm also going to share my screen. Let's see, okay. I'm assuming we can all see.
Perfect.
Yay. Okay. So I'm going to talk about the world language classes. We offer 4 different languages, and I'm just going to go through the different levels that we offer of each one. So the first one we offer, of course, is Spanish. We offer levels 1 through AP. And people often question when AP comes. AP starts after Spanish 4. So you have levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and then AP. AP is a year-long course, so if your student plans on taking that, make sure they have enough time in their schedule to fit AP in. We have 4 Spanish teachers at Weddington, so it's most likely that your student will have each teacher throughout their Spanish career. 3 of them teach the lower levels, and then 1 mainly teaches the upper levels in AP. For all languages, this is not just for Spanish, but I put it on the slide. For all languages, levels 1 and 2 are considered college prep, and those are the levels that North Carolina colleges require. Most colleges do like to see a level above college prep, but if your student continues on, levels 3, 4, and 5 are all honors credit, and then that second half of AP is where they get the AP credit. And because the students are going from college prep to honors, there is a pretty big jump between those. We try to make levels 3 and up more challenging. Those are really geared towards the students who show just a really good love of the language and an understanding of it. So since they're earning honors credit, we do expect honor levels work. We do go at a faster pace. So like Ms. McCloskey said, we do take the recommendations very seriously. So if your student's recommended, that's great, they should continue on. And if they're not, maybe just take another look at if they should keep going. The second language we offer is French, which is what I teach. I teach levels 1 through AP as well. However, since I'm the only French teacher, there's a little bit of planning to do. So I only teach levels 1 and 3 in the fall. And then I teach levels 2 and 4 in the spring. So the idea is that if a student takes level 1 in the fall, they will double up and take level 2 the following spring. And as far as AP goes, again, since I am the only teacher, I typically teach AP every other year. So students who want to get to that level do need to plan a little bit in their schedule and kind of work around when I teach AP. And of course, it depends on if I get enough students to teach it as well. And lastly, we offer German and Chinese. For these 2 languages, we only offer levels 1 through 4. And because they are smaller classes, we only offer German in the fall and Chinese in the spring. And that's because we share those teachers with Cuthbertson, so they kind of alternate between our 2 schools. So again, if you're wanting to take one of those 2 languages, make sure your student knows German's only in the fall and Chinese is in the spring. And lastly, I'm just share my contact info if you have any more questions. But we're pretty straightforward in the foreign language department. There's my email. Again, reach out if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Souther. We are now going to transition into the health and PE department, and we have Ms. Lowerly to share out with us this evening.
Hey Warriors, thanks for spending some time with us tonight. I'm Claire Lyerly, the PE department chair. Just wanted to talk to you guys real quick about our course offerings and our pathways, which is one. Our one and only pathway is our 9th grade health and PE class. That is our only graduation requirement, but it is a graduation requirement. And our keyword in that course level is effort. Effort is key there for sure. Doing what you're supposed to do and just showing that you're trying is your biggest asset in that class. For the 9th graders, we do a lot of fitness-based. It's actually a really heavy fitness-based program. And the goal with that is to just make sure that everybody has their own level of success and finds their own individual success. And we really stress to them that it's based on their own individual person, not anybody else around them. And we've seen a great deal of, I'm using the word again, success because of that. So that's our 9th grade health and PE class. Again, it is a graduation requirement. There is a teacher-made exam at the end. In fact, all of our courses down in the health and PE department are teacher-made exams, so they can be exempt. Obviously, there is a health portion to the 9th grade class, and we focus on the curriculum through the state that is given to us for that. After that, we have some other classes that students can take, usually as 9th grade being the prerequisite for it, but they can also do this as a co-requisite. So we have our regular weightlifting class, which is really kind of a starter course. So if they've never been in a weight room before, they're going to get a little bit of that in the 9th grade health and PE class. But then if they want to move on and stay coming down this way, we certainly recommend them to go into the regular weightlifting after that. They learn about the body, they learn different lifts for the different muscles, they learn how to do everything the correct way so that they are able to advance and not injure themselves. From there, we fall into all of our honors classes, which we are lucky to have kind of more recently been able to incorporate. And it's bringing a lot of students back down into our department who hadn't been able to come down before. So we're really, really lucky to have these honors classes. So we do have an honors weightlifting class. And that honors weightlifting class is going to be a little bit faster paced than the regular. Increased weights based on ability, but also based on their individual maxes. So again, this is based on the individual student, not anything as a group or a whole. There are some written assignments that are given along with this honors class to make it a little bit more advanced, where they're going to focus on the human body, focus on the muscular system, and then nutrition. So that's our honors weightlifting class. And these weightlifting classes can be taken more than once, so they can keep coming back and keep advancing through. Our next honors class that we have is an honors fitness and nutrition class. This is kind of a bump up from your 9th grade class. So the fitness goes well beyond, much higher intensity. Expectations are definitely greater there. We use some different equipment in the honors fitness and nutrition classes outside of what we would use with the 9th grade program, just to allow them to get some greater diversity and be able to then take that on with them outside of the school and go into their regular gyms and that kind of thing, and then be comfortable knowing what they're doing in there. There is a nutrition level to that where they're going to be learning about a little bit more about the human body. And then the nutrition goes beyond the general nutrition that they learn in their 9th grade health and PE class, with a little bit more of a focus on nutrition for athlete or nutrition for active bodies. So that's your honors fitness and nutrition. And then we have 3 honors sports medicine level classes. So we have sports medicine 1, 2, and 3, and those are all honors level courses. It's recommended that there's a prerequisite or a co-requisite of biology or anatomy, but it is certainly not necessary. There's a lot that kind of goes hand in hand with each of them. This obviously, though, has more of a stress on becoming athletic trainer or sports medicine or anything that kind of falls underneath that umbrella, going into the doctor, pediatrician, massage therapy. I mean, it goes on, and we talk about all of those things. That's kind of specific to Sports Med 1. And then we get into environmental factors, just everything involved with sports. We talk a lot and relate a lot to what we have here at the secondary level, but then also talk a lot about the collegiate level with athletic training and sports medicine, and then also the professional level with athletic training and sports medicine, and then even going into clinic levels of that and all the jobs involved. Sports medicine 2, with sports medicine 1, we get into skeletal system, muscular system, and because it's honors, it's advanced. It is a lecture heavy 3 courses. We use the same textbook that a lot of the local colleges are using. So a lot of the students will come back and say, we saw the same PowerPoint or did some of the same activities, which is kind of neat to hear about. With Sports Med 2, we get a little bit more advanced. We get into a lot of the injuries and we start breaking the body down by levels and then the injuries that can happen. And that goes on then also with Sports Med 3. And we break each thing down as far as the injury, how to rehab, how to prevent surgeries that are involved. They love it when I show videos of these surgeries of repair and such, but it's fun stuff. And then we also look at the injuries happening with some sports videos, and we talk about if they saw something specific the night before in a sport or whatever else. And so it's fun, it's relatable. Like I said, it is very lecture heavy, but we get into it. The kids are super involved. There's some projects that go in that. Not tons of homework aside from the studying because of the content, but definitely with it being an honors course, a lot more expected out of that. So a lot of people sometimes get into that thinking they see the word sports and they think I'm doing something athletic, and we just need to make sure that they know that it's not. This is more on the lines of what is it to become an athletic trainer. So I think that's really all with our PE stuff. Again, the 9th grade is our one pathway to get into everything else for the most part, and effort is key.
Thank you, Ms. Lowerly.
Thank you.
Alrighty, now we're going to transition to Ms. Ann Lee to share out about career and technology education. Ms. Lee?
Hi, everybody. I'm Ann Lee. I'm the department chair for career and technical education. At Weddington High School, we have six clusters of different types of classes that we offer. In each cluster, we have both CP and honors level, and in several of them, we have AP level classes. In agriculture, our classes at Weddington focus mostly on animal science and horticulture. We have animal science 1 and 2, and horticulture 1 and horticulture 2, which is an honors class. Our largest offering falls in business and marketing. We offer Microsoft Word and PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel honors, accounting 1 and 2 honors, marketing honors, sports marketing honors, business law honors. We have Adobe classes. We have programming 1 and 2, which are both honors, as well as computer science principles, which is an AP level class. Now, in several of those classes, students are able to receive industry certifications, industry credentials, such as a Microsoft Office specialist in Excel and Word, their Python 2, I believe, has a certification, as well as Adobe. We have our foods in the culinary department, and we have Foods 1, which is a college prep class, and Intro to Culinary, which is an honors level class, and is also a class that the ServSafe certification students have the ability to earn. Health Science, we have Health Science 1 and 2. Those are both very popular classes and are both honors level classes. At Weddington, we are very fortunate to offer Pharmacy Tech. That is an honors level class, and students are able to leave the class and sit for the Pharmacy Tech certification and can go straight into the workforce as a Pharm Tech. That class is only offered spring semester, and you have to be a senior to take the Pharmacy Tech class. Our last area, I want to make sure I don't forget anybody, our last area is our engineering, and we have 3 engineering classes, principles, intro, and then the digital engineering, and all 3 of those are Project Lead the Way courses. And although they're not AP courses, they do carry the AP weight in a GPA as far as your the weighted average. For juniors and seniors, we have students have the ability to specialize in different areas. At Weddington, we have the engineering and the Pharmacy Tech. We have those classes where those are not offered in every school around the county. So if a student is interested in things such as drafting or aerospace engineering, vet assisting, I'm just naming a few, welding, heating, HVAC, those kind of things, there's that type of offerings around the county. Those are our Academy Pathway offerings, and you can see that listing on the county website if you look under Career and Technical Education. I know I just went through a lot of courses, but I do want to share with you that there'll be more information coming up about this at a Career Expo that'll be out next week, and the link to that and a flyer and the information about that'll give you more about what I just talked about is found on the county website also. One really great opportunity that Career and Technical CTE students have is the ability to intern their senior year. So if you complete 2 courses in the same cluster, say you take Health Science 1 and 2, you're looking to perhaps have a career in medical field, you can apply. It's by application, and we will do our best to find you an internship your senior year. So that, I think, is CTE in a nutshell. We are a lot of what we like to call real world classes, and we have a lot of hands-on activity and a lot of rigor and a lot of really good, valuable life information that we like to share with our students. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mrs. Lee. Thank you so much. And we will now turn to Mrs. Maria Moore to share out around the arts department. Mrs. Moore.
Hey all, glad that you guys are here. First of all, I want to mention before I forget, I'm Maria Moore. I'm the theater director here at Weddington High School. And yes, we are doing theater and other arts, even though we're in this particular situation. And we're happy to be offering this to our students at any time. I want to mention before I forget, though, is a lot of students do need to take our courses because there are some colleges that actually require an arts requirement, and that's kind of a big thing. I get a lot of seniors. Generally, a lot of my kids end up being seniors because they realize once they start applying that they have to have that arts requirements. And then a lot of other times I'll get students that just want to try it because they haven't had an opportunity to get in any kind of arts course before then. There's 4 disciplines at Weddington in the arts. There's theater, there's chorus, band, and visual arts. In visual arts, you also have an opportunity after you take Visual Arts 1, you can take photography. All of us do like for you to come in taking our level 1 course, even if kids may have taken it several times in middle school or had a lot of extra experience outside of school, just because it's a high school educational experience and it's a bit more rigorous than perhaps the middle school curriculum. And it's educational, art, so it's a bit different than perhaps something you might have taken out in the community. So we do require that. And then kind of, I think Claire is going over this with PE. Then we can kind of move you to an honors course. We do offer honors courses and all 4 of those disciplines if we feel like it fits that particular individual. Visual arts also offers an AP art. It is incredibly intense, and that is definitely for the very serious arts student. Like Miss Lee was saying, we offer skills, I think, that really translate into everyday skills. Communication, big thing right now. We're doing a lot of camera work, which is obviously working now and probably in the future for everybody in our courses. We're doing a lot of teamwork in all of our courses. They are critiquing each other's work and working with each other at any point in time. And it really works well in any kind of discipline they're going into if they're not necessarily going into an arts field. But think about that, like if they're going into graphic design or anything like that, getting an arts course is very helpful in that. Any kind of communications is helpful to take an arts course. So we really want to encourage that. And I also want to encourage that sometimes, and I've been at Weddington for a super long time, but taking an arts course, it is just hopefully a relaxing, fun time for folks to be into class and yet have an opportunity to do something a little bit different for them. So I want to push that a little bit, and we're just so excited that we continue to offer arts courses at Weddington and that we have so many students that enjoy being them. So if you have any questions about any of the arts courses, my name is Maria Moore. I can answer any questions that you need and then also direct you on the right pathway. Like I said, all of us, you need to start out with the level 1 course, and then we can kind of move you to where you need to go. Thanks.
Thank you, Mrs. Moore. So that concludes our presentations for this evening. Mrs. Menken was able to jump on the call, and I want to make sure to acknowledge her and welcome her this evening, Mrs. Menken. If you want to unmute and say hello, there she is.
Okay, I found all the buttons. Hi. Hi, so glad everyone could come tonight. I hope you learned a lot of information that was also informative.
It really was. I actually learned things on this call that I hadn't previously known. So thank you, department chairs. You did an amazing job. We are so grateful to each and every one of you for giving us your time this evening and the time you put into preparing those presentations. Thank you so much. So what happens next is probably what you're wondering. And over the course of the next few weeks, we will begin the course selection process. And this is going to look a little bit different this year, obviously, because we're in a little bit of a different setting. What we are encouraging our students to do is to reach out to our counseling department, for the students to reach out to the counselors and ask to set up a course selection, college and career ready conversation. We're going to try our very best to kill all 3 birds with 1 stone, where we talk to our students around what they love to do and how to really turn that love into their life's work and how to select courses to support that effort. And those conversations will begin this week. So we actually have some scheduled tomorrow. We've been advertising this in the Warrior Weekly now for a couple of weeks. So we do have some students scheduled with us, but we encourage you to please spread the word to your students as well as to others to reach out to the counselors to get on our schedule. The course selection process will take place now all the way through the end of January through February and through the end of March. So there's plenty of time to meet with your counselor, and there's plenty of time to ask questions before the end of March, which is when the master schedule is sent to the district and approved based on the selections your students put in. So my best suggestion to you is to please be on the lookout for information in the Warrior Weekly. That will be our main source of communication. We will send out email information through Canvas and through SCORE, but we will be promoting the majority of our work through Dr. Craftson's Warrior Weekly. So I want to again thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening. That concludes our call. We appreciate the time you've given us, and we look forward to working with you and your student in the future. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.